great seal of the United States is a phrase, a motto, a rallying cry. E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. Out of many states, cities, neighborhoods, out of such different perspectives, such distinct personalities, so many free and fiercely independent people, emerges one country, one nation. How do we move forward as a single nation when our desires seem so different, our views so varied? Not easily and not quietly.
The House will be in order.
Thank you, Speaker. Bills in this chamber require names and actions.
Senate will come to order. On this vote, the
Answers in America come not from one voice, but from many. Out of freedom flows energy, ideas, and passionate, legitimate differences. Peacefully resolving those differences, finding our common ground, is the challenge of free people face, and the job of those we elect to Congress.
As far as the dates, I'm having to provide it in the context of the
Mr. Brown, Mr. Rubio.
100 senators elected for 6-year terms, 435 voting members of the House of Representatives elected for 2-year terms, on behalf of over 300 million American citizens. The House, the larger body, is designed to reflect the will of the majority. In the more intimate chamber of the Senate, the voice of each member can be taken into greater account.
Our job should be to set priorities in this Congress. We should say
The formation of the laws and policies we live by, the balancing of beliefs, opinions, and desires, happens here, in the full dialogue and debate of a freedom hard-earned.
We have to.
Blood of soldiers and sacrifice of families. Emerges a new, at first uncertain country, more in fact, a collection of states. The question is how to create a strong nation while protecting the vital role of the states and the personal liberty of citizens. In Philadelphia, delegates to the convention can nominate citizens and states to be represented in this new republic. What a day known as the Great Compromise. There shall be one Congress with 2 houses. In the Senate, each state will be equally represented with 2 senators. In the House, each state will have a number of representatives based on population. The Constitution of the United States creates 3 equal branches of government: Congress, the presidency, and the judiciary. And Article 1 makes clear that Congress is the branch most directly connected to the people. In Congress shall reside the power to make all laws, to determine taxes, to regulate commerce, to establish post offices, roads, and courts, and, when necessary, to declare war. The delegates believe every power of government should be exercised carefully, in full consideration of many points of view. The center of this new government, its capital, shall be built on new ground, on the crest of a bluff overlooking the Potomac River, at the heart of a new city called Washington. The design of the building is rooted in an ideal ages old, that citizens can build a government driven not by the whim of a dictator, king, or tyrant, but based on the consent of the governed. This monumental structure, built far from available supplies and resources, will be the largest building of its time in North America. Workers, many of them enslaved African Americans, quarry stone, cut and saw timber, lay brick, and finish rough and fine carpentry. By 1811, the capital of the United States houses in its north wing the U.S. Senate, in its south wing the U.S. House of Representatives. The experiment of representative democracy, of electing citizens to make the decisions of government, has been launched, only, incredibly, to be torched. 2 years into the War of 1812, British troops invade the city, sweep into the capital, and set ablaze the center of American self-government. Doubt that the burned-out city would even remain the nation's capital yields to the resolve of a now-tested nation. A nation pushing west. New states have joined the original 13, adding seats to the Senate and more members to the House. Congress is where the issues of building a nation unfold. One question overshadows all. As new territories are opened for settlement, will they be slave or free? For close to 40 years, the issue is fiercely debated.
American heart, liberty and union. Now, government is the creature of the states, making war wants no law. Above all, no civil war, no.
In the end, the nation cannot survive half slave and half free, and the country goes to war with itself. The frame of the great dome of the Capitol sits unfinished, but the builders decide to continue, trusting that the nation will endure, that this is not the time to doubt America's future. President Lincoln takes heart. If the people see the Capitol going on, he says, it is a sign that we intend the Union shall go on. Soon, the dome of the Capitol is topped by the statue called Freedom, defining for the ages the national skyline. The new dome reflects an ambitious country. Congress creates new legislation to spur opportunity and growth, while its research arm, the Library of Congress, expands to a dramatic new building across from the Capitol. Also continuing to grow is the basic right within this form of government, the right to vote. In Congress, we debate who gets included. Through congressional hearings, constitutional amendments, and landmark legislation, the right to vote will be expanded and protected. The process of seeking solutions to the nation's problems and unleashing the nation's possibilities unfolds over time. Listening to citizens, of creating and at times reshaping policy and legislation. Some bills pass easily, reflecting a wide consensus. Others pass narrowly. Not every idea should become a law. And with time and perspective, some laws are changed or replaced with new legislation. Through the work of Congress, ours is a government of, by, and for the people. We change our prospects and advance our cause through what happens here. This is the core, the center of our experiment in political freedom. Curving walls set on a foundation graceful and granite hard. The artistry and care of many hands over time reflect our history and celebrate the nation. We inaugurate our presidents here and come to bid them and others farewell. The U.S. Capitol is our national stage.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States?
We, the people, are represented in the votes of the members, the cadence of the roll call, the balance between prudent compromise and bedrock beliefs. Congress is the crucible where views and ideas from every corner of the country are expressed, examined, and debated, considered, and considered again. Congress is where we can find our common ground. These walls have been tested. Their strength does not crack. E pluribus unum.